So, right, this is what's going on at the moment. The COVID situation has changed here in the UK, and lots of people have had their injections, whether it's their first or their second one. And I've had my second jab yesterday because of the fact that cerebral palsy is one of the neurological problems that COVID can affect, whether it be long term or short term. That we've had to be inside for so long, and this Monday, when I'm recording this, they are opening up all the shops that were not open for over a year now, and it's going to be a strange sensation when I go back out tomorrow because of I've got an appointment and I'm going straight there and straight back. But it's going to be one of those things where I think, okay, it'd be a great idea, but I'm thinking for everybody, particularly people with neurological or asthma or whatever, masks are to be worn outside, and it shouldn't really matter. Yeah, I understand freedom of seeing people and everything else, but if you've got a cold or something, then it'd be best to actually cover your face, because you don't want to be giving it to other people who might actually have a weak immune system, so that would be an issue. And when things are happening like that, it's more dangerous for us. And I think that when you have worries like this, that we've been stuck indoors for a long time, whether it's because of our disability and the fact that things are now changing back to normality of sorts, the cerebral palsy side of things are a lot harder. I mean, I've just done a dance class this morning, a 30-minute thing off my phone, and yes, I should have done it while I was on the case of moving, but actually I didn't really feel like doing it because there was so much going on mentally, physically, that really I couldn't really consider actually doing that. It's too much of a trouble to think about for doing things like that, because of the fact that you've got ways of having to cope, and there are people who are constantly being stuck indoors no matter what, and they may actually have a different condition, so they don't want to be outside at all, and they're used to being indoors. And hearing all this news about what happened over the last 18 months is going to be causing more anger and worry about things, because they're not sure what they're going to do, and they're knowing they're going to have to go out, and it's more anxious timing again for us. I've been lucky enough to go out a few times, I was 6 months in. I went on, when it first locked down, I stayed in. We were waiting to move, which I've mentioned in another blog post, which I will link up in my video as well. And I've also done it so that, it's been worrying, and there wasn't enough room. And this morning, because I've managed to do a little bit of exercise, I felt better, even though I've just had the jab that I had yesterday. But it's not going to be sensible to go out, woohoo, party all the time, and make sure that you've got things going. And it's not fair for the way things are. It's not going to be easy for the future, and I don't see us with a disability to be reminded of too much, because people are going to be doing what they did 100 years ago and do the, partying like the 20s, the roaring 20s, when they actually had a lot of partying and stuff after the Spanish flu 100 years ago. But we've got things now which can help a lot quicker, i.e. the injections and things like that. But we've got to remember that it's not going to be easy for anyone, particularly those who have been stuck indoors because of the fact that they've got a disability, and their mental welfare is not going to be brilliant at the moment, and that goes for everyone too. But it's harder, I believe, for people who have not been allowed out. It's not easy for some who have had to go out because they've had to be key workers. There's been some CP people who I know who have had to go out to their store, like to local Tesco, and be a shop worker, which is brilliant, and it's their freedom. But they were a higher risk of getting the virus. Same with any mental or breathing situation, and that is not going to be fair for people who wanted to be out, and that people who had been selfish and not realising it will suddenly get to the point where actually, oh right, well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have gone out so much, but okay, I've made that mistake, I won't be doing that again. Then they would be doing things like being more sensible. But there's more variants coming out now of the virus, and so that there's more chances of actually catching COVID again. But it should be proven that being sensible, following a rough idea of doing what you need, seeing the occasional friend, for the mental issues that can happen, would be great. I mean, I know a lot of people are doing them over Zoom. I didn't really feel like that was an option for me, because I'm much more of a tactile person, and it's important for me to realise that maybe I should have done more like that, and which is why I am actually now doing these videos, to put myself out of the situation and be more active verbally out and about internationally online, rather than just in the house or just locally. So when things are more easy access, I suppose, when things are a bit more lifted, it will be a lot easier. But right now we're only on stage 3, and that opened today, and that's the Monday, the 17th of May, and there is a possibility of it being stalled from this point. But that's understandable because of what's going on around in the world, and so we have to think for ourselves and for each other And this is where, again, equality comes in. And I want the talk of doing the Sweetest Moondust style website is what I wanted to do, is by actually showing more equality. And so if we're treating everyone as equal and realising that everyone is valuable and needed, that it's more important for everyone to think, okay, right, it's my turn to stay in. They need to go out, then that's fine. Don't just think for yourself, because there are so many more people out there who could be more vulnerable than you are. And my next video, I'm hoping to be doing a bit more fun, and I will be doing that from my phone, so the camera angles will be slightly different. I'm looking forward to doing that though. But anyway, I'll speak to you soon.